following is a political advert and does not reflect the views of Prime Television, but those of the content provider.
We will not rest until every Zambian family feels the benefit of this generational change.
Niwake mupando mulekelendi asibanchito hakainde. 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 Zambia together finally jabamo iseni pikatane yeah. Oh adi together finally jabamo iseni pikatane yeah. Niwake mupando mulekelendi asibanchito hakainde. 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 Niwake mupando.
Do more? Yes, we can do more. The work continues. We want to rest even more.
Niwake mupando.
Those of the content provider.
We will not rest until every Zambian family feels the benefit of this generational change.
Niwake mupando mulekelendi asibanchito hakainde. 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 Together finally jabamo iseni pikatane yeah. Oh adi together finally jabamo iseni pikatane yeah. Niwake mupando mulekelendi asibanchito hakainde. 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 Niwake mupando mulekelendi asibanchito hakainde.
Can we do more? Yes, we can do more. The work continues. We want to rest even more.
Niwake mupando mulekelendi.
Hello, welcome to News Flash on PTV2, the home of breaking news. 24 days away from the August 13th general elections. We are coming to you live on Topstar Channel 110, Azam Decoder TV Channel 493, and streaming on our Facebook page, PTV2 Zambia. Now let us take a look at stories making headlines. A 42-year-old man of KASOKOTA area in MKUSHI district has died after being hit by a Toyota Fortuner while riding. The late former Vice President and former acting Republican President Dr. Lindsay foresaw the dangers of excessive borrowing and poor economic policies. Residents of Sopu in Mongu district are appealing to government and relevant authorities to install water sign language interpreter. Is Joseph Telema. We begin the news on a sad note. A 42-year-old man of KASOKOTA area in MKUSHI district has died after being hit by a Toyota Fortuner while riding his bicycle along the Great North Road. Central Province Police Commanding Officer Lemeka Nchirwa has identified the deceased as Abi Mupeta. Mr. Chirwa says Mr. Mpeta sustained fatal injuries after he was struck by a Toyota Fortuner, registration number BAT1744, while cycling along the highway. He says that the body of the deceased has since been deposited in the MKUSHI District Hospital mortuary awaiting a postmortem, examination and burial. Joseph Sambihi has the details.
MKUSHI traffic dealt with a fatal road traffic accident which occurred on Sunday, the 19th of July 2026 at around 17:20 hours along the Great North Road near Johnwood area. Involved in the accident was a Toyota Fortuner registration number BAT1744 which had its front windscreen shattered and front left tire damaged. The same was being driven from west to eastern direction by Somwansa, aged 42, of New Kasama in Lusaka, with 5 passengers on board, and they all escaped unhurt. Also involved was a male cyclist identified as Abi Mupeta, aged 42, of KASOKOTA area, who died on the spot after sustaining fatal board injuries. The accident happened when the driver of the motor vehicle, due to excessive speed, went to hit the cyclist who was Prime TV News.
Moving on, President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA has described the late former Vice President and former acting Republican President, Dr. Lindsay as a visionary leader who recognized the country's economic challenges long before many Zambians did. President HICHILEMA says Dr. Scott understood that the country's economic trajectory, though seemingly attractive at the time, was unsustainable and would eventually lead to serious consequences. Speaking during Dr. Scott's funeral service in Lusaka ahead of his burial, President HICHILEMA said that the late statesman had warned about the dangers of excessive borrowing and prioritizing consumption of investment. He notes that Dr. Scott foresaw that such economic practices would ultimately lead the country into financial distress, a situation Zambia later experienced under the Patriot Front administration. President HICHILEMA says Dr. Scott's foresight and commitment to sound governance were among the qualities that enabled the country should embrace as it works towards sustainable development and responsible leadership.
Guy knew that this road, this direction people are walking to, even if it looked glamorous, is the wrong direction to go. I'm saying it in simple words because he understood that the way things were going in the country economically, we would crash. Early on, before many citizens understood that gravity train of borrowing excessively, of consumption habits outweighing investment habits in a country would lead the country to a crash. And we did crash. Guy knew that much earlier than even colleagues of his that worked around him. And we found common ground on that aspect. And I think, again, it goes to his ability to understand things in a complex way, even when others are not yet in that position. Because we tried to work together in 2009, it didn't work. And then we returned to our agenda, quite an agenda. And Guy was kind enough to allow Charlotte to even run as our candidate in Lusaka Central. And later on, Guy and I campaigned together. And one day we were on our helicopter from Mumbo. We saw some people at Ngabwe there can we turn the helicopter around so we can greet the people at Ngabwe? So I said, really? We have limited time there. We are being tracked, as you know. We may not be able to address the people in Pongwe. Guy said, HH, I'm telling you, tell the driver to land, find the space to land. I said, all right, we'll do that. So I told the pilot, not the driver, the pilot landed, found the space. That's the beauty of the helicopter. In a hostile situation then. So we landed, and then says, I'm going to pass water before we go to greet the people out there. So you follow me. So I followed him. So I passed water as well. He says, you see why I asked you to stop? So he says to me, you moving with you is a serious problem because you can get arrested anytime. So you better pass water here because where we are going you may get arrested. And the cells are not too good for you.
Meanwhile, President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA is tomorrow expected to undertake a one-day working visit to CHISAMBA district in Central Province. Central Province Permanent Secretary Myuna Mwanakampwe says the president will commission the first 200-megawatt solar power plant, which has now been completed and installed. Joseph Siambihi has the details in the following report.
Central Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Myuna Mwanakampwe has confirmed the coming of the President of the Republic of Zambia, Dr. HAKAINDE HICHILEMA, to Central Province and in CHISAMBA district in particular for commissioning the 100 megawatts solar plant.
You may wish to know that just last year, His Excellency the President of the Republic of Zambia, President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA, did commission the 100 megawatts CHISAMBA Phase 1 solar plant. Tomorrow, I wish to confirm the 21st of July, Mr. President will have a one-day working visit here in Central Province. And as such, is expected to visit CHISAMBA district, to be precise, where he will be commissioning phase 2 of another 100 megawatts solar plant that has been done by...
to ensuring that the country meets its target of 1,000 megawatts this year.
But I can confidently say that as Central Province alone, by close of this year, we'll be talking of 437 megawatts. What about other provinces? For argument's sake, if they were to just plow in 100.
We have so many other projects as ZESCO, but in addition to that, there's so many projects that are being undertaken by independent power producers. Not only in the southern province, not only in Lusaka, if you go to Copper, that by the end of the year.
Reporting for Prime TV News in Kabwe District, Joseph Siambihi.
And Marcus Sakobita reports that residents of Sopu in Mongo district are appealing to government and relevant authorities to install water points in the area, citing difficulties is believed to be linked to suspected contamination in the shallow wells. She added that children have been the most affected and is appealing for urgent government intervention. More in the following report.
In Sopu community of Mongo district in Western Province, water is both scarce and risky. More than 800 people here depend on shallow wells which are believed to be unsafe for human consumption. For many, it is the only source of water available so far. A recent visit by Prime TV News in the area found women and girls drawing water from these same shallow wells. The wells are also used by domestic animals like pigs.
Luna ni masima fela amavele lusepe the whole area yeah ni community ndo population vitapa more than 1,000 people kona kuli lubatalo mezi akunwa lupila mezi amama shallow wells kona kuli batama bohozi kuli kambe atisi kambe nona akone kutalu totomelwa.
A few kilometers from here is Namayala village. Community members also rely on shallow wells.
Challenges rufumana kwane kula mezi rufumana rutata kuli boho yao ne yemelezi faye kachekule kuli ikone kutazaka bucket ibini ka 10 liter maana ukona kunga almost 20-30 minutes ingaso kuchokocha kona kuli anelo kafiwa mezi neloka watu abayitumela holo witusala mabows amabeli ma area
kono area una kiye tuna ina bato bangata twale ingefa mokweza kulimoko na maha yetuna fumana kukamezi konju kuya mamunzi otatama babazo akafa kona bayikona kwa matira kono boho yenzi fa ishwile kiyo neza ngakulima boho zikafela koni batusa twale muso wana kwa tusa at least bakona kwa wote ni mezi nirokai tumela aho.
With no water points nearby, residents say the risk of waterborne diseases is high, hence appealing to the government for intervention. For Prime TV News in Mangu District, Marcus Bransa-Peter.
Chief Secretary of Kazungula District in Southern Province has expressed concern over the limited access to secondary education in his chiefdom, saying many children are forced to travel long distances to attend school. The traditional leader says learners have to walk about 15 kilometers to Mukunka Secondary School, a challenge that has made it difficult for many children to continue their education. Chief Secretary notes that under the new education curriculum, the situation has become even more challenging because the only school within his chiefdom currently offers classes up to grade 6. He made the remarks during a tour of the construction works at Sekute High School, where a 1-by-3 classroom block has already reached more than 50% completion. Kwalombota Mwanangombe has the details.
This is the 1-by-3 classroom block, an initial classroom for the Sekute High School in Sekute Chiefdom of Kazungula District in Southern Province. According to Chief Sekute, the classroom block has been donated by President HAKAINDE HICHILEMA. This is aimed at alleviating challenges children are facing in this locality, where they have to cover about 15 to 20 kilometers every day, going to the next Mukunka Secondary School to access secondary education.
The works are going on very well. So this block that we are looking at here was actually donated by the President when he came for the traditional ceremony the other year. So the community decided that given the challenges they had with the secondary school, they decided to start a new secondary. We have a lot of programs because most of them are going to be. It's expected that by the end of next month, it will be completely done. Yeah, we are also thankful to the council. We had a challenge of water here, but the council, I think last week they came and put a borehole. So that is going to also fasten the works and help with everything that goes with it.
Meanwhile, according to the secretary for the committee running this project, Mijelo Bonaventure, over 50% of the works have been done so far.
So far, we are more than 50% because the roofing material, the window frames, the doors, everything is in place already. We need about 7 classroom blocks for the start, but this one is just the initial. Then we are yet to ask from CDF so that we can extend from here. This is just a starting point.
Now, over 100 children have been targeted to benefit from this initial infrastructure, with more classroom blocks expected to be constructed. Kwalombota Mwanangombe, Prime TV News in Kazungula District, Southern Province.
It has died after being hit by, says the late former Vice President and former acting Republican President, Dr. Guy Rinsey-Scott, foresaw the dangers of excessive borrowing and poor economic policies. Staying with us. But for these and other stories, like our Facebook page, that is PTV2 Zambia. On behalf of the entire news and production crew, my name is Maiden Kiralo, and our sign language interpreter is Joseph Telama. Stay
Asibanchito hakainde niwake mupando mulekeni 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 Aziba nchito hakainde Niwake mupando mulekeli Aziba nchito hakainde
Can we do more? Yes, we can do more. The work continues. We want to rest even more.
Niwake mupando mulekeli Aziba nchito hakainde Niwake mupando mulekeli Aziba nchito hakainde
The preceding